Being able to insert data by using the autofill is an important aspect of modifying your data in Microsoft Excel and is also an important aspect of the examination. There are two components that you need to be aware of. First, the traditional methods of autofill, and secondly, the new features that have been added to Excel 2007. Keep in mind on the examination that it tends to target many of the new features of these products. First, let's explain the traditional autofill. I select a cell and I can type in either the months, days of the week, or numbers and fill them in a series going up or down. For instance, on January, I'm going to the fill handle, which is the small square on the lower right hand side of the cell. I'm going to place my mouse on it and drag it across. Notice that it fills in the months. I can also go down. This time in going down, notice I am not starting with January. When I take February and go down, it picks up from that portion of the list. That's the power behind the autofill. You can also use an autofill on numbers. I'm going to delete the column and the row and start with the number 1 in January. Once again, going to the autofill handle, I'm going to drag it across. But notice what's happening. The flag underneath tells me it's simply filling it in with ones. I wanted a series. In working with numbers, because it can be copied and it can be a series, to get the series, simply hold your control key. With the control key held down, I'll now pull the cells across again, and this time you notice it's a series. As before, if I go to the center of the list and pull down, it picks up from that point on. Along with being able to put in months, days of the week, and numbers, I can also customize my own list. To customize my own list, I will need to first define the list. To do this, I'm going to go to the Office button, Excel Options, and choose Edit Custom List. Here you will see each of the custom lists that have been defined. If there is a list that is other than the days of the week, the months, it has been customized by the individual. In this case, sales, marketing, HR, that's a list that I created. I can keep it there as long as I want to, or if I'm no longer using it, I can simply select the list. The entries appear in the center. I hit delete. When I say OK, the list is permanently deleted. So you can very easily add and subtract. Now to put in a new list, I'm simply going to go to the list entries and type in some departments again. I've chosen marketing, and I'm going to do finance. But notice finance is right next to marketing. I do not want to do this. So I'm going to backspace and hit an enter key first. The entries in the list should go straight down in the list entries box. When you hit add, it'll place it on the left hand side. Put commas in between each. So just type them down in a straight line and then say OK. I'm back to the Excel options window. Once again, I'm saying OK. Now this time I'm going to type in sales, go back to the list, and when I pull it across, you'll notice it filled in each of my entries. That is the traditional use of the autofill. Now what about some of the new features that I mentioned that exist in 2007? I am once again going to type in a number and once again go to the pull down. In this case though, I'm going to use a right click on the mouse. So right click, hold, and then drag. Here I come up with a menu, and the word series at the bottom of the menu is the newest addition to this tool. I am going to select series, and you'll notice that it allows me to have linear, growth, a date, or a simple autofill. Linear calculates the series by adding to it the step value that you declare. The growth multiplies each cell by the step value. The date will put in dates in an incremental fashion, and autofill is the same feature that we just looked at a few moments ago. I am going to choose the linear, and in the step value I'm going to type in the number 4. When I say OK, you'll notice that the series went up by the increment of 4. I'm going to go back to the 2, once again pull it across, and return to series. This time I'm going to go to growth. In the step value of growth, I'm going to type in 7 so that you can see the changes. Now remember, growth is multiplication. When I say OK, you'll notice that it's 7 times 2, 7 times 14, 7 times 98. Being able to go into the newest series component allows us to have more power with using the autofill. In this instance, when I pull down and go to series, I can choose whether it is a row going across, whether it's columns. Do I need to see the trend and each of the new types? Now it is important on the examination to be able to describe in full these new types that are associated with the autofill. Know the difference between linear and growth, when you would use a regular autofill, and the addition of the date. This series dialog box is an important consideration for the examination.